Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as discussing the latest breaking news. The world's largest bank, ICBC, says Bitcoin solves gold's problem of divisibility and inconvenient to carry. Preach. We'll also be discussing breaking news. Metaplanet rallies 10% as it scoops Bitcoin for a third time in the past 2 months. We'll also be discussing DeFi Technologies adopts Bitcoin treasury strategy. That's right. The public listed Canadian company announced the purchase of 110 Bitcoin and repayment of $5 million in debt by its subsidiary. We'll also be discussing US Bitcoin spot ETF Milestone of 25,729 BTC acquired in a week. Also, rich dad Robert Kiyosaki says Bitcoin is the easiest way to become a millionaire. We'll also be discussing PlanB issues bold prediction, predicting the Bitcoin price to reach a peak of $800,000 per coin next year in 2025. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? Shout out to everyone in that live chat. We are streaming on 5 platforms right now, live and in the flesh on YouTube, Rumble, X, Twitch, and Kick. We greatly appreciate all of your support. If you're watching the stream, please like this, share it, subscribe, repost it, spread the word, and let them know JV is live, preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi, as we do each and every day. Shout out to everyone in that chat, including all the moderators. Let me know if the stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Always greatly appreciated. Shout out Mick Foofinator, JC Ice Baby, Billowette from DC says, I feel like we get a big pump out of nowhere soon, straight to ADGs, baby. A whole coiner will be a bit more than it is now. Facts. And for those that don't know, we have a live poll up on the tube right now. Let me know, how much Bitcoin do you hold? Are you a whole coiner, a no coiner, less than a whole coiner, or FU Whitey? Those are your options. So please participate in that poll. Squirrel Bait, what it do, broski? JV, it's time to bull the F up and BTFD. Amen, Squirrel Bait. I'm with you on that. You already know. Loud and clear, JV from New York City. Can you say New York City? Amen to that. And guess what? Today is the 11th. I'm repping a Brooklyn jersey with the number 11. Happy 11/11. A divine omen. You know what I mean? We appreciate you, family. It says the broadcast is not available on where? On X? Is that real? Damn. I don't know why that is. Appreciate the heads up on that, Jennifer. Let's see. Streaming options. You cannot change the settings when you're live. That's not cool. Yeah, we intended to stream on X. I selected all of the options. It may just be the streaming software needs to be updated. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. Try to get the X broadcast up. This is not available. Man, that's a shame because we have the most people on X, for Christ's sake. So that means 1,000 people on X not going to be able to see it today. Oh no. What should I do? What do I do in this situation? I don't even know what to do. Well, I'd have to end the stream to restart it. And if I end the stream, it's going to take another 20 minutes to set everything up, unfortunately. So just tell everyone on X to head on over to YouTube today. My apologies, not my intention. We should be streaming on X. It's probably a glitch within the streaming software. It happens. What are we going to do? So everyone head on over to the Tube or Rumble right now because we're live on Rumble and YouTube, and we should still be streaming on Twitch and Kick. So my apologies to the X fam. Thank you, fam. Shout out Don, JC, and everyone. We appreciate it. What up, JV? From the planet Mars. Nice. Elon's my neighbor. Said it was a freak show out here. Right on. I just try on X on my phone. It works for me. Oh, wow. So I don't know what's going on. But nonetheless, it fixed itself. Hallelujah. Praise Satoshi. You know what I mean? We got to praise Satoshi at this point. Thank you, God. We all know Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. So take it away, theme music.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome, Shandy. Glad that you see it on X. I guess the problem sorted itself. So we are streaming live on X right now along YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Kick. So we appreciate all the support, family. New Mexico country songs, welcome. That's 100% right. When in doubt, buy the dip, McFoofinator. There you go. You know why Bitcoin's heading down? Well, we have 2 hours to talk about that today, so don't go nowhere. Let's go, Billouette. Shout out Bangkok, Thailand in the building. Good to see you. OMG, I saw a naked video of Hunter on X. Oh, please say it ain't true. Why does this guy out of everyone have the most viral photos and videos of doing illegal stuff? Yet he was just convicted today, so he's now officially a convicted felon with the gun charge for allegedly, correct me if I'm wrong, but purchasing a gun while on drugs. Is that accurate? I don't even know. But you would think he'd be facing all the other charges, which are way more significant. But yet, silence from the media. I hold 6 something. That's what's up. Drain guy. Dollar cost average. How'll be thy name? Lots going on this week. For sure. Definitely a lot going on. How many of you took advantage of this dip? Bitcoin back in the 67,000 level. $1,900 discount on the day. In fact, speaking of 60 G's, baby.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for 5th level 60 G's.
Let's go.
What do you think, JV? Buy the biddy. Who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. The kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats.
Stacking them sats. Bitcoin going parabolic. Welcome, JJBD. Darth Melda in the building. Always a pleasure, family. DJG009, what it do? Smash them likes. Thank you, Tony. Shout out, Molly.
Stack the sats. Ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats. Chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. I got my mind on my Bitcoin. And my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, 60 G's. A buying opportunity. Bitcoin.
You got that right. Shout out Crypto Colon. Bought the dip. Boston in the house. Shout out Boston. Shout out Jose Cuevo. That's a slippery slope for Hunter conviction, especially for those who poo-poo. And 420. Yeah, yo. I fractured my uvula. I don't even know what that is, but damn. It happens, stacking the biddies. It's a dangerous ball game out there. Oompa Loompa, welcome. We did play the theme music, JC. We did play it. What do you guys think of the all-time high reach still in June or July? I really don't know. It's a weird cycle this time. We're going to be discussing that. Stay tuned.
But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, nope sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin, Roger out, Roger out.
Precisely, JJ. We can literally go from 67,000 to 100,000 in days. That was actually yesterday's prediction from Credible Crypto. He predicted we consolidate in the lower 60s, precisely what we're witnessing, and then we go parabolic to 100,000 plus. We shall see how it all plays out, fam. Shout out, yes, a Rasta vibe. I dig it as well. Shout out Chandy producing those tracks. No more dips, says JJ. Just notice my name is in the green. What a star. That's because you are a star, Jerry Reynolds. You were gifted a membership of the channel. So everyone with a green name, with a badge next to the name, thank you for your support. Greatly appreciate it. Much love. Are you using that for the music? No, Chandy is who I use for the music. She produces all the music we've been playing here on the show, especially the theme music. Buy that dip. Good to hear. 60 G's, baby. That's right. That was a membership gift. We gift memberships here like they're going out of style. Literally, virtually every day, people are gifting memberships. So stick around. It pays to be active in the chat, family. This is a live and interactive show, first and foremost. Without further ado, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. And if you can repost this and spread the word, I greatly appreciate that as well. Today is pod episode number 1667. I'm your host, JV. It is June 11th, 2024, and I'm rocking the 11 jersey. So happy 11/11, a divine omen out here in the crypto sphere. But anyways, we're having a bit of a correction today. Bitcoin down almost 2,000 on the day. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. I'm going to pull up Coin 360. You should be able to see it here in your screen here in a moment. There you go. Now check it. We got Bitcoin hovering above 67,500 at the time of the live stream. Ether at 3,500. Solana, a big correction, down 7%, trading back under $149 as the majority of the entire alt market is correcting and in the red. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. We're sitting at a 2.4 trillion market cap. Yesterday was 2.55 trillion. So we are down 5% on the day. We're roughly 90 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance on the climb, which we love to see. It's currently 54.3%, with the Ether dominance holding on at 17.3%. My question for the broskies: how high do you think the Bitcoin Dom will likely climb for this particular cycle? Holla at your boy in that live chat. Also, shout out to CoinMarketCap. You notice they have a section here that says top community posts. Well, I am featured as one of the content creators on here, so if you can also follow me over on CoinMarketCap, look for crypto news alerts, the handle crypto news. Yes, I greatly appreciate it. We can use all support we can get. And as you can see here, the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, very modest gains as the majority of the market's correcting, but we do have Rose up 3.3%, Ondu up 3%, and the infamous Pepe up 2.6%. Below that, we got Stacks, AKT, and Leo. Now let me know which alts, if any, you're most bullish on for this particular bull. Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective of the market on the day, and it's total bloodshed. Virtually nothing in the green. You got like 2 out of the top 100 tokens even in the green, and virtually everything bleeding pretty badly right now. Minus Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin holds its own, only down 2.5% on the day. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, one of my favorite indicators. We're currently rated a 74 in greed. 7 plus 4 is 11. Just saying, divine omen, brother. Yesterday, 72. Last week, a 73. And last month, a 56 in greed. So there you have it. Crypto fam. Let me know where you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us this week, this month. Holla. Lost my fiat and a Bitcoin dip. That's a great problem to have. It happens to the best of us, Mr. Cat, if you know what I mean. Monterey, ES1, set another new all-time high today for the S&P 500 mini futures. Thank you, Greg, for sharing. $5,382. That's good news for Bitcoin. Let's freaking go. Pepe the Frog is just funny. I agree. I think Pepe is quite a hilarious meme of a coin for sure. No mud, no lotus, says Little Germ. Welcome. Appreciate you as a member of the channel with that sexy yellow star badge. Hunter, guilty as hell. It is official. Hunter Biden guilty on all charges that he's faced, but he needs to face additional charges for additional crimes. They just kind of sweep under the radar, if you know what I mean, but I think we'd all agree there. Ralph cheats on Linda for Bitcoin. Damn you, Ralph. It's unacceptable. Don't cheat on Linda, whatever you do. You guys are funny. 100K income in this week. Monday of next week. Wow. Now, if Credible Crypto is right and he calls it and we nail 100,000 this week, I think everyone in the industry is going to be like, for real, for real. F you, Whitey. Thank you, Darth Melda. That's very kind of you to share that. Appreciate it. If that's how you really feel. Thank you. Biddy supply decreasing. Nice. That's a good sign. There's a silver lining. Supply shaka incoming. What do you say to that? Convert your fiat to the Bitcoin or risk staying poor. That's right. What do we call those who treat fiat as a store of value?
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
17 hours and 30 minutes until we pump. Send it, JJ. I am so ready. Snuck on me. That mushroom, eh? Microdosing today, K-Jam?
People that use fiat.
100 G's, baby. It's inevitable. That's a fact. It's inevitable this cycle. Will it happen this week? We don't know, but it's inevitable. It's a coming.
Currency as a store of value We call them poor.
Whoa, Mikey, can you repeat yourself, Mr. Sailor?
We call them poor. People.
Poor Whitey. Exactly, Anonymous. Poor Whitey. My sentiment. Precisely. Today, rich. People will be kicking themselves in a few weeks if they miss this buying opportunity. F the banks. Buck the Fed. Buck the banks. Amen to that, Lazarus.
That use fiat currency.
We call them woefully impoverished. There you go, little germ. Politically correct.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Orange pilling people is like talking to a fiat wall, pretty much. Pour like water. You pour water into the cup.
Call them poor. We call them poor.
Yeah, different type of pour that Bruce Lee is talking about here.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
Be water, my friend. Anyways, welcome everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We got a lot to cover today. We greatly appreciate all the support. Let's continue with today's Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. As you can see in the headline, Bitcoin price hits new June lows while open interest stays above $35 billion. A mass cascade of longs have been liquidated, and it looks like there's many more that can potentially be liquidated. So here's the breakdown. Bitcoin dropped under 67,000 into the June 11th Wall Street Open as markets staged the classic pre-inflation report come down. As we can see here in the 4-hour chart, massive red candles, little bit of a comeback here with a little green print, but nonetheless, we're just above 67,000 at this time. Data from TradingView showed new local Bitcoin price lows of 66.7 on Bitstamp. It's worse month to date. And keep in mind, we just had this strong, happy 420, by the way. We just had one of the strongest monthly closes in a very long time. I think the second strongest ever. Having dropped for almost 24 hours in a row, Bitcoin failed to buck the trend on the day as risk assets prepared for a deluge of U.S. macroeconomic data and the Fed commentary. Now down roughly 3% on the day, Bitcoin fielded various downside targets from traders, these extending towards 60,000, quoting popular trader Roman, getting closer to support. We'll be looking to enter longs if a reversal presents itself. Ultimately, I've been eyeing the 67,000 support for over a week, so it is about time. We're getting close. Let me know if you agree. And we have a fellow trader, Castillo, who agreed, focusing on a slightly lower buy zone at around 64,000, 3,000 less than where we're at. Quoting him here, we knew some downside was possible on the biddies. Was hard to open up fresh longs above 70,000. Now we're getting into an area I am more willing and comfortable looking to add. Others called for calm amid the overall range-bound price action, with Bitcoin consolidating below the all-time highs for nearly 3 months. Quoting popular trader Jelly. Week 15 of chopping below the current all-time highs. We are off to a red start this week, pushing back into the key support level at 67.5. Maybe uncomfortable, but nothing has changed. Don't get shaken out. That's right. Sage advice there. And Scott Melker also said, much ado about nothing. The decent drop today, but simply testing support at the range EQ. Still trading in the top half of the range, 3 months into the predictable chop that comes into this part of the cycle. Now, meanwhile, open interest presents high-risk situation. A note of caution came from market observers monitoring the open interest on the derivative markets. That's right. This hit new all-time highs in June, passing $37.6 billion, and what has traditionally been a classic warning of the Bitcoin price volatility. That's right. Bitcoin futures open interest decreased as the price retreated. Data from CoinGlass showed, as you can see here, but still currently remains above 35 billion. And quoting Philby from Decent Trader, price flat, open interest up 1.5 billion. This is a high-risk situation, and he contributed what he called the worst-case scenario for Bitcoin, this including a downside wick to as low as $45,000 per biddy. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst. Now, in other breaking news, the world's largest bank, ICBC, has said Bitcoin solves gold's problem of divisibility and inconvenient to carry. That's right. Do you hear that, Peter Shifty? What he's ultimately needs to get through his thick skull is one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. Try doing that with gold. And also, of course, try taking a gold bar with you overseas on a plane. And they will probably confiscate it if it's valued at more than $10,000. Welcome to precious metals family. There is no comparison between the precious metals and the biddies. Just saying. But anyways, where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us? I'm going to read your thoughts out loud here. And welcome everyone just joining the live stream, 216 on X. Shout out to the X fam, X clan. We appreciate all the reposts. Yeah, 45, I give that maybe a 10% probability. So I think that is highly unlikely. I think 60 is the new 20 in the sense 60 is the new bottom. I highly am skeptical of Bitcoin dropping below 60. In fact, I don't even think we hit as low as 60. I think we'll maintain in this range. But you let me know. Obviously, if we did liquidate all these longs and go all the way down to 45,000, it's just going to be that much more bullish for the next leg up. So either way, Bitcoin will continue to win because that's what it does best. Hashtag winning. Just saying. My Bitcoin is too heavy. Try traveling with $1 billion Bitcoin, $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Obviously, there's only could ever be 21 million coins. You may say it's very heavy in that treasure. Anyways, when you sell metals, you get wrecked on the fees and you get way less than the spot. This is so true, Jose. If Bitcoin ever hit 45,000 again, I am all in, baby. I'll mortgage my house, borrow money from friends, and use every dime of my cash and credit cash limits. And there's a lot of people that feel the same way, hence why it is very unlikely to happen. But if it did, count your blessings. No gold bars, JV. Only chocolate 4G mushroom shroom bars for me. Well, please do share with me, K-Jam. Please do share. The Sisu movie is the John Wick for gold bugs. Oh boy. I haven't seen that. Is that a new movie? It's called Sisu. S-I-S-U, eh? Bitcoin is the boat. We are the wake. That's right. And are you awake to recognize the wake is the question. Stacking them biddies.
Pump it up.
Just blaze. Shout out C-list, no coiners. You can be in good time. You can still be in good time. This is true. Honda Trump, welcome. Bitcoin to 230,000 USD this cycle. Ethereum will go up more. Tokens will rise even higher. Not financial advice. Thanks for the disclaimer there, Trump. We appreciate the prediction. We're at 120,000. You will regret not having done what you're saying at 67,000. We ain't getting close to 45 you mentioned ever again, says Mark. Now, bought some more of the second best of the dip. Warner. Welcome, Warner. Morning, Devon. What's the second best crypto? I thought you'd never ask.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
This is a fact. No coiners, any amount is relevant, especially if you can do a few thousand. That's right. You don't want to be on the sidelines with no position. The brokey position, as the Tates would call it. You don't want to be in that position. Warren G back in the house. Regulators. Shout out Warren McCarthy. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Hit the dip today. Please do, Jerry. Please do. I love waking up in the morning and still stacking them sats. Amen to that, Molly. There is no second best. Can't believe it is billions in Bitcoin now. Yeah, it's crazy. I think the Bitcoin market cap is actually, I got to look it up, but we're getting there. Honda Trump AI, appreciate the super family. I say that the no coiners can start stacking now. Just DCA, $5 to $10 per day. Most people can afford that much at least. Exactly. Skip the Starbucks. Save $30 from Starbucks in the morning with your special latte and blueberry muffin, and just buy some biddies and do that every day and replace coffee with biddies. I understand it's a sacrifice, no caffeine, but on the other side, you got biddies, biddies over caffeine. And then when you have all the biddies in the world, enjoy your caffeine. It's a win-win. Look at the Bitcoin chart. There's always a dip. Pretty much. The 7% no coiners in the chat. Go grab some sats now. They are on sale. I'm glad I asked. Yeah, 108 votes right now. So if there's 7% of you who are no coiners with absolutely zero exposure to Bitcoin, what are we doing? Come on. I think we need to orange hat JV to pump back up. Well, we need the orange hat. Don't make me grab the orange hat. I will. Hodl thy sats. Amen. Bitcoin market cap. Thank you. 1.3 plus trillion right now, which is more than half the total crypto market cap. It's roughly 54% Bitcoin dominance right now. Caffeine tablets are cheap. What do you think about FPS coin? I don't know what it stands for, so I'm not familiar with that coin, brother. You know what I mean? Welcome everyone joining the stream as we continue to live the Bitcoin dream. But let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss this Japanese company by the name of Metaplanet stacking up more biddies. In fact, headline reads, Metaplanet rallies 10% as it scoops Bitcoin for the third time in 2 months. That's right. Shares in Asia's MicroStrategy Metaplanet surged double digits on Tuesday after the company disclosed another $1 million Bitcoin purchase, its third in 7 weeks. A company statement on June 11th announced today revealed the firm bought 23.25 biddies worth almost $1.59 million, bringing its total holdings to 141 Bitcoin valued at $9.6 million at an average purchasing price of 10 million Japanese yen, which is roughly $65,300 per biddy. This puts Metaplanet at a gain of 4.5% on his Bitcoin investment at Bitcoin's current price of 68.3, according to CoinGecko. Now, investors appear to be liking the move, with Metaplanet stock rallying almost 11% to 92 yen, which is roughly 60 cents, before cooling off to 89 yen, which is 57 cents, by midday on the Tokyo Stock Exchange today, June 11th, according to Google Finance. The firm has seen its stock soar nearly fivefold since it unveiled its Bitcoin investment strategy on April 9th, 2024. Speaking about game theory, if you're a stock, you may want to also put some Bitcoin on the balance sheet, because you're going to get the support from the entire Bitcoin community. You're going to get the publicity, and more than likely you can blow up and grow fivefold, which is 500%, which is 5x as well. Its first Bitcoin purchase was back on April 23rd for 97.8 Bitcoin, followed by an additional almost 20 Bitcoin on May 10th, according to the Bitcoin treasuries. It is now the 30th largest corporate holder of Bitcoin in the world. And similar to MicroStrategy, the largest corporate Bitcoin shareholder, Metaplanet iterated on May 13th, it'll adopt an entire range of capital market instruments to bolster its Bitcoin reserves. The firm adopted the strategy to hedge against Japan's worsening debt burden and the quickly depreciating Japanese yen. No brainer. Japan's debt to gross domestic product ratio is 261%, the worst amongst developed countries, according to Metaplanet. The yen has fallen almost 35% against the US dollar since January of 2021, while Bitcoin is up nearly 200% against the yen over the past year. However, it is still far below the Bitcoin holdings of Michael Saylor's run firm, which currently holds 214,400 Bitcoin, amounting to 1% of roughly the 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist in circulation. So that's right, MicroStrategy already has 1% of the Bitcoin supply. Metaplanet is currently only available on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, which restricts access to U.S. investors, but efforts are being made to change that. Now just think hypothetically, if that did get if United States investors got access, or people from all over the world, to this particular stock, just because Bitcoin is on the balance sheet, I think they'd be bullish. Let me know your thoughts, family. I believe adopting Bitcoin to the balance sheet as a treasury reserve asset can only help, in my humble opinion, because look at all the companies who have done that thus far. Clearly, I like being a part of the Bitcoin community. I appreciate you being here, a part of the Bitcoin community. Okay, good. Arthur Hayes is thinking they'll apply for a Dogecoin ETF before the end of the year. I saw that as well. Shout out to Just Blaze Arthur Hayes. Japan is the largest foreign holder of the U.S. Treasury bonds. What happens when they decide to dump their trash and buy Bitcoin? Brilliant question, Greg. Phenomenal question, actually. I'll let you guys use your imagination. What happens then? Numbers go up. Biddies, fam. Stack them biddies accordingly. Metaplanet rallies That's what's up. Appreciate you dropping the link. Every single news story I share with you, I do not make up from thin air. I find them and I include the resource in the show notes below the video each and every day. And thank you, Dat Sick, for sharing that in the live chat. I'd love to have access to the Tokyo markets. That would be epic. I've got some trades I would like to make. So there you go. Perfect example. JC Ice Baby would be all over that. Even the smallest amounts of Bitcoin is worth having and holding. Agreed. Even if you put one Bitcoin on the balance sheet as a publicly traded company, it's going to pick up in all the headlines around the world. And you're going to get all this recognition from people like me preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi each and every day, sharing with you the Bitcoin news. Why wouldn't you do that? There's nothing like the diehard community within crypto and Bitcoin. That's why Trump was so smart to come out and say, vote for me for president, and I'm going to help protect your rights to self-custody your Bitcoin. You know I mean? 50 million Americans probably now voting for Trump. He also agreed to, pardon Ross Ulbricht if he does get elected on day one, which is what every Bitcoiner wants to hear. You know what I mean? Practically. So, I mean, it's all strategy at the end of the day. It's all strategy. I only buy Bitcoin because it's Bitcoin and cuss it's the apex motherfucking predator. I'm with you on that, little germ. Why mess around with the alternative coins when you got the king, aka the apex predator, as you say? I agree with you there. So, shout out Billouette from DC. Greatly appreciate the super. We appreciate the support, family. Thank you for that. Are you available on Patreon, JV? Where else can we find you? That's a fantastic question, JC Ice. I thought you'd never ask. Of course, we have a Patreon over at patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. Just as we have memberships to the channel, you can join to help support us. You can also support us on the Patreon and get exclusive access to some of the Discord chats. And again, patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net. And below the video over on YouTube and Rumble, I always include all of the links where you can find Crypto News Alerts because we are everywhere. We are on iTunes. We are on Spotify. In fact, we're the top 100 podcasts in the world in the investing category on iTunes. And if you don't know, now you know, broski. I think that the Zen 8T caps is the blender. The Zen 8 trillion, when you say 8T there, family. I love all the new members because of Mateus and Doug yesterday. They rocked it for JV, Mr. and the fam. That is right. Shout out Mateus and Doug. They gifted so many memberships. So we have a whole slew of new members. Shout out to all the members for supporting us. We appreciate you. That's the link to the Patreon if anyone wants to support Crypto News Alerts through it. Respect. Thank you, Dat Sick. I bet JP will not dare to sell. Are you referring to JP Morgan there, family? Authorized participant of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. How do you join memberships in the channel on YouTube? Excellent question, Anonymous. I thought you'd never ask. Next to the subscribe button, there should be a join button. And you just click the join button and it'll give you all the alternative options. We have different memberships. You can join the HODL Gang. I think it's $2.97 a month to support the channel. We also have the MicroStrategy membership at $4.97. And we have a Satoshi membership that goes all the way up to like $97 a month. So any level of support is appreciated. If you're not in a position to support us financially, it's all good in the hood. Just support us by smashing the likes, subscribe to the channel, repost this on X. That's the greatest support we can get at the end of the day. And it's always appreciated, family. We're trying to get to 100,000 subs. We're at like 73,000 in that ballpark. We got about 30,000 followers on X. We're trying to get to 100,000 on X. And also we got to get to 100,000 on Rumble. So how about all around 100,000 on every community as we hit 100,000 for the Bitcoin price? If that sounds like a deal, smash those likes. Let's make it happen, Captain. Japan equals JP. Oh, you live, you learn. Japan. Thank you, Monaco Cat. Monaco. JV, 100 subs and Bitcoin 100K is inevitable. Smash them likes, subscribe, and hit the notification, fam. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. It is not showing up on my screen. Weird. Yeah. Here's an alternative. Just go to members.cryptonewsalerts.net. I have a direct link where you can join as a member. Also, in the video description, you'll see that link. It'll say how to support the show, and it'll show you that link to become a member. So it should be easy peasy if you want to become a member. And I appreciate that. We have a lot of members. We got as high as like one time 800 members, which is like mind-boggling to me. And then we got terminated under false pretenses and virtually had to start from the bottom again. Welcome to life. Thank you, YouTube, for helping us start all over from the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, again, every mother frickin' year. Like, no lie. It's not showing up on my screen, but yeah, you'll figure that out, family. If you can't find it, you can go to cryptonewsalerts.net and join there. Yeah, members.cryptonewsalerts.net. I set everything up with subdomains, so I only have one URL, which will take you directly to the YouTube channel, which is cryptonewsalerts.net. And then all the subdomains are all the platforms, like itunes.cryptonewsalerts.net, spotify.cryptonewsalerts.net, etc. Shout out to Fearlay. Just subscribe to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Greatly appreciate the support. Anyone who subscribes during the live stream is going to get an on-screen shout out by yours truly. So appreciate that. Also, CF just recently subscribed, so I want to give you some recognition as well. Thank you for subscribing to the pod. That's always greatly appreciated, family. Respect.
Pump, 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 pump,
Pump it up.
pump, pump, pump it up.
Anyways, keep the comments flowing. It's always greatly appreciated. But let's dive into our next story of the day, and discuss DeFi Treasury. That's right. Headline reads, DeFi Technologies adopts Bitcoin treasury strategy. The publicly listed Canadian company announced the purchase of 110 biddies and repayment of $5 million in debt to its subsidiary, Valor. That's right. Breaking news just in. The publicly listed exchange-traded product provider and venture capital firm announced its decision to adopt Bitcoin as the company's primary treasury reserve asset. In its monthly corporate report, the company also announced that its subsidiary Valor repaid $5 million in loans and currently has $607 million in assets under management as of May 31st of this year. Following the announcement, the price of DeFi Technology shares rose on the Canadian Stock Exchange and the United States over-the-counter exchanges. Its shares are currently trading at around $1.57, not too shabby, up from the previous trading sessions of $1.16 to $1.40. And just look at those candles, looking pretty lit right now. The shift in treasury strategy marks yet another instance of a publicly listed company embracing Bitcoin. I refer to this as the game theory. It also highlights the broader trend in institutional adoption of the decentralized currency. On, for example, May 28th, shares of Semler Scientific shot up by more than 30% after the NASDAQ-listed company announced the adoption of Bitcoin as its primary treasury asset and the purchase of 581 Bitcoin, valued at $41 million. Are you starting to notice the trend? Anyone who adopts Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset or puts the Bitcoin on the balance sheet, their stock increases. Are you starting to see the bigger picture? Game theory. Every company in the world should be putting biddies on the balance sheet. I digress. Government institutions are also now actively exploring Bitcoin as a portion of their investment portfolios and treasury assets. Earlier in May, the state of Wisconsin Investment Board, Wisconsin's pension fund manager, announced it had $164 million in exposure to Bitcoin ETFs. Let's go. I mean, there's a lot of states in the United States. There's 50, is there not? That's just one. Now, what would happen if all the other states followed in their footsteps? Again, another example of the game theory. Japan's government pension investment fund, the world's largest pension fund, also recently launched a research project with a 5-year window to explore how digital assets like Bitcoin and traditional precious metals like gold can figure into the investment portfolio. And although the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin is difficult to quantify, Bitcoin ETF data may serve as a proxy for gauging institutional sentiment towards the asset. And according to recent data from Hodl 15 Capital, Bitcoin ETFs have already accumulated 2 months of Bitcoin supply minted through mining activities in the first week of June alone. Let that one sink in, fam. So you already know institutional FOMO like a mofo and game theory. Let's go. Shout out Cosmocom. Good to see you, broski. Welcome to the stream. Buybacks make no sense anymore. The companies could just buy Bitcoin as an alternative. There you go, Monaco Cat. There you go. Nippinator the Conqueror. He conquers the biddies. Speaking of the Nippinator, yeah, that's right. Look at that conqueror getting his rest. Wow, looking like a young Napoleon. I ain't talking about Napoleon Dynamite. We talking about Napoleon the Conqueror right here, yo. We talking that Sun Tzu Art of War-ish right there with the Nippinator, live and in the flesh, right before you. iOS apps, dense support members for most channels, use the browser. Good insights there, Silas. I see also Elon beefing with Apple regarding some as technology as well with, I think, OpenAI. I think Apple got some form of deal with OpenAI, and Elon is pretty pissed I don't know if you saw that. No one follows me down this road. Are you talking about the rabbit hole? We love to follow people down the rabbit hole. In fact, Nipsey will chase the rabbits. That's why we have a Nipinator, and that's why we have a Nipinator indicator. Just saying. Aloha, fam. Shout out Steve Kingston. What it do, brother? Welcome to the stream.
Look, pump it up if your game and went long. When the dip hit, you just stay like King Kong. More than 5 shots in your stack, then get it on.
Nipsey's sleeping like a baby because he buys the dips. That's the secret. You want to sleep like a baby, or I should say a puppy. You buy the dips. You'll sleep like Nip, like a king. Just saying. Bitcoin is for the kings and queens. If you foresee yourself as a king or a queen, stack sats accordingly and sleep like a Nip. There you go.
Had the people on my back to get a song. Where's broke, have a talk, we smoked them like a bomb.
Exactly, Devon. And it makes sense because I think OpenAI is the competitor AI company because he has his own thing he's doing, right? Is it not called Grok or something like that? I have no clue. But he has his own AI company, and I think he's mad. I think OpenAI is Sam Altman's AI company. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stacked more sats on the dip. Love to hear that. WCB, let's get it. The Nipinator is a Nipinating. Go Elon. I own Tesla stock too. Congratulations there, Molly. Is Nipsey still breathing? How dare you ask a question like that? Do you know Nipsey is an eternal God? So he lives forever. And even if he stopped breathing, he can come back in the physical flesh at any moment's notice because he's a Nipinator. And you wouldn't understand unless you come from a long bloodline of Nipinators. You know what I mean? It's the Nipinator. Just saying. So, of course, he's still breathing, but he could also hold his breath for roughly 48 hours. And there's no other pet that has been able to accomplish that on land. So he's in a league of his own, clearly. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, we heard Kramer report that. He said, we bought more bags till we got a sword back.
You can't short your dork. We can't afford that.
Can't short your dork. We can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come. We should have bought that.
Nipsey's left ear is signaling the market to go up. Exactly. It's on the Apple iPhone. OpenAI. Elon is not happy. Oh, right on. So is it already on Apple product? Elon created OpenAI? Word? I didn't know that. Retweet the live stream. Thank you. I appreciate it. Super Cool Bros 2.0. Welcome, family. Let's freaking go. Pump the likes to pump the stream. Please repost this. Spread the word. Let them know we live and in the flesh. #1 daily Bitcoin pod. We still got a lot of news to cover. So let's just dive right into the next story. Let's discuss this massive ETF milestone, yo. Headline reads, U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs accumulate 25,729 BTC in a single week. Let that sink in. Almost 26,000 Bitcoin in 1 week. That's right. Amid the broader wave of increased adoption and acceptance of Bitcoin, Bitcoin US spot ETFs in the past week acquired 25,729 biddies. Whoa. This development is consistent with the current patterns in which significant financial institutions and businesses have begun to accept the asset, thereby strengthening its standing with the international financial system. We have popular trading platform and analyst 2BTC reported the developments on X. He shared, considering the current mining rate of roughly 3.125 BTC per each block, this enormous stockpile is equivalent to roughly 2 months worth of newly mined Bitcoin, with inflows reaching over $1.83 billion. And 8 plus 3 is an 11. Another divine omen, family. Happy 11/11. The increase in ETF holdings is indicative of investors' rising faith in Bitcoin's long-term worth and ability to act as a hedge against volatile economic conditions. It also illustrates how Bitcoin is becoming more widely accepted and integrated into traditional financial products, bridging the divide between conventional finance and the developing digital asset market. Furthermore, 2BTC noted the acquisition represents the largest weekly purchase since March. And note, that was when we hit the current all-time high of 73,800. That was back in mid-March, and is nearly equal to the total amount of the crypto's asset purchased in May. And following the launch of the products, which officially went live January 11th, another divine number, approved ETFs have had net inflows of a whopping 15.69 billion, despite large withdrawals from GBTC, aka Grayscale. So there you go. It's been officially 5 months since these ETFs went live in the United States. Today is June 11th. This was all happening back on January 11th, and they've accumulated a massive amount of Bitcoin. BlackRock's IBIT ETF currently has the largest Bitcoin holdings for a spot Bitcoin ETF and is now the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world, thus the biggest asset management company in the world. BlackRock collected an astounding 304,976 BTC, valued at approximately $21 billion from their exchange fund. This enormous investment demonstrates BlackRock's belief in the long-term prospects of the digital asset and the expanding institutional interest into cryptocurrencies. That's mind-boggling, because let this sink in. It took MicroStrategy back in 2020, they put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet. It took MicroStrategy 4 years to achieve 214,000 Bitcoin. BlackRock just did 305,000 roughly in 5 months. Is mind-boggling, yo. So given the company's substantial holdings, they may help Bitcoin gain more traction and recognition in the general public as the crypto industry develops. In addition, with the support of such a prestigious financial firm, the crypto asset appears to have a bright future. You can say that again. It doesn't take BlackRock to recognize that, for Christ's sake. Hey, we got to front run those mofos, just saying. It is important to note that Bitcoin has become a significant player in the entire digital asset investment products market. Inflows into digital asset investment products reached a whopping $2 billion, raising the total of the last 5 weeks of inflows to $4.3 billion. Also, ETP trading volumes, which are exchange-traded products, increased to about $12.8 billion for the week, which is a 55% upsurge over the previous week. Meanwhile, with almost $2 billion worth of inflows for the week, Bitcoin was once again the main focus. Now, 2BTC also underscored the Ethereum, witnessing 69 million net inflows during that period, making it the strongest week since March. This is most likely due to the unexpected decision to permit spot Ethereum ETFs by the US SEC. And rumor has it, we may be seeing these ETFs actually being launched as soon as this month in June, now that they got the official approval by the regulators. But let me know your thoughts on that, crypto fam. Before we dive into our next story of the day, let's read some more of the comments. Shout out to the Nippinator. He has awakened. I told you he was still breathing, yo. A great hero in the world, JV. Shout out young Ryu. Respect. Hadouken. You know what I mean? Big dogs show their love by sleeping or sitting on your foot so they can wake up once you move. Very clever. And look at the Nippinator just doing his thing. I think he's giving us the bottom signal right now. That might be the bottom signal because he's maneuvering his bottom signal. He's moving his bottom. He just stopped when we brought it up. But anyways, you're right, K-Jam, 100%. And sometimes the Nippinator does that. He'll lay right on my foot. But my feet are moving, or usually sitting Indian style or in a full lotus as I'm in this chair right now, like I am. Yo, what up? Shout out JBZ. Good to see you, brother. JB, do a survey. How many people self-custody digital assets? That should be either this evening's poll when we do the premiere, or I'll do that poll tomorrow. I think that's a great question. How many of you are self-custodied your Bitcoin versus how many Bitcoin you hold? We'll do that. And then today we'll get a gauge of how many whole coiners, no coiners, and less than whole coiners and FU whiteys there are in the chat. Nipsey's signal is upside down cow legs. Is that the signal we're looking for? There's just so many yoga positions. I lose track. He's invented quite a few of them as well. But that's the Nippinator for you. Always a nippinating.
Yeah. 2-0, they really thought that. Again, you can call me 3AC because I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump.
What does that say? Priapism of the ear? I'm not familiar with that term. Regulators! Meatloaf farts. Welcome, family. Mom! Meatloaf! 0 to 21 milli. Who bought the dip? Yeah, let us know if you bought the dip. BTFD all day, a day. You're being shadow banned. Is it normal? Shows up for me. Today I had to search. Supposed to show up, and I am not surprised. Yeah, supposed to show up. Supposed to. I honestly believe if my notification showed up to 73,000 subscribers, we wouldn't have 200 people on the YouTube stream right now. We'd probably have at least 2,000, at least 10x the numbers. But what are you going to do? YouTube loves to hate. Let them hate. But nonetheless, we're now streaming everywhere. So we're not only dependent upon the tube. So shout out to the, X fam, Rumble fam, Kick and Twitch. You guys for holding it down. We appreciate it. Boat and accident. It happens to the best of us. It really does. Nippinator, much love, hugs, and kisses. Nipsey's famous. Mom, I don't know what she's doing in there. Mom, meatloaf. I'm getting hungry. I don't even eat the meat. But damn it, Mom, I can use some meatloaf. I know Nipsey would be all over the meatloaf. I bought the dip today, but I don't dip. Jerry, thoughts on the rate cuts tomorrow? I saw something interesting from was it Elizabeth Warren or somebody urging the Fed to cut the rates? And I'm like, this is interesting. Almost 400 already on X. Shout out X. I'm shadow banned 2 things. Oh, well, keep trying. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're not going to stop the show. We're never going to stop the show. I beached my boat. Sometimes you got to beach the boat. You got to do what you got to do. Bigger picture. But anyways, fam. Next story of the day, we're going to discuss Bitcoin becoming a Bitcoin millionaire, as per Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki. Then we'll be discussing the latest from PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, and his 800,000 Bitcoin price prediction for this particular cycle peak, ultimately hinting at a super cycle. And then we'll do our live Q&A. But first, this got my attention. Yesterday, Kiyosaki tweeted, "Bitcoin is the easiest way to become a millionaire." Let me know if you agree with that. Making millions as an entrepreneur is hard. I know. You have to be really smart, dedicated, and lucky to become a millionaire starting your own business. I save Bitcoin because Bitcoin does the hard work for me. That's why I love Bitcoin. And this got massive love, almost 800,000 views, 10,000 hearts, 1,600 retweets. I even retweeted it with the love emoji. And I respect Rich Dad. I remember reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Why We Want You to Be Rich, and many of his books back when I was a young entrepreneur. And I've learned a lot through Rich Dad. So here's the latest from Mr. Robert Kiyosaki on becoming a Bitcoin millionaire. I already read for you the tweet, so let's dive deeper into this article. You should be able to see it up on your screen. Quite a number of Kiyosaki followers agree with his stance on Bitcoin. An ex-user mentioned that one feature of Bitcoin is usually overlooked is its decentralized and secured nature, quoting the guy here. Its transaction ledger is immutable, meaning it cannot be altered or tampered with. That's right. That's one of the many benefits of using Bitcoin. It's immutable. Now, Game of Trades, a data-driven investment research entity, also outlined Bitcoin's long-term potential, pointing out that Bitcoin has remained an undervalued asset, particularly in the times of increasing currency debasement. Facts. Noteworthy, Kiyosaki's post highlights the potential of cryptos over several traditional investments like gold and silver. He once condemned the conventional model of earning money from regular jobs, citing that the value of money earned this way was designed to be stolen through taxes and inflation. And he ain't telling no lies. In his defense, Kiyosaki lauded cash flow assets like rental properties, oil, and food production as a better way to earn tax-free money. And aside from the potential to turn hodlers into millionaires, the renowned author perceives Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and the economic crisis in the United States. That's right. If you have no faith in the leadership of the United States of America, you should have a fat bag of Bitcoin and be continuing to stack them sats, because this is absolutely a hedge against the U.S. government and inflation, hyperinflation, and economic crises. You know what I mean? Kiyosaki reckons that the U.S. market collapse could be so big it may deteriorate into a war, leaving Bitcoin as the only way for people to protect themselves from the accompanying economic challenges. He casted blame on President Sleepy Joe, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, and Fed Chairman Jerome Powell, calling them the Three Stooges. I couldn't agree more. Move over, what is his name? Mo, Larry, and Curly, move over. We got the new Three Stooges in the house. Jay Powell, Yellen, and Biden. Yeah, let's throw the fourth stooge in there, Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, Kiyosaki is very optimistic on Bitcoin's potential as a financial instrument. At the time he wrote that, Bitcoin was trading at 67,300, and he also sees Bitcoin reaching 100,000 by the end of June, which he also shared on X, which we covered here on the show. Let me know if you agree with that bullish prediction. $100,000 by the end of this month. And more daring, a few weeks after his 100,000 prediction, he also forecasted Bitcoin can hit 300,000 per coin by the end of this year in 2024. That's double the bullishness of PlanB predicting us hitting 120,000 by the end of the year. Kiyosaki said, yo, we're heading for 300,000. Quoting him here, Bitcoin on fire. The biggest mistake you can make is to procrastinate. Important to start, even if only for 500 bucks. Next stop is 300,000 per biddy in 2024, said Kiyosaki. Now, Bitcoin is also touted as an alternative to the impending collapse of the US dollar. Kiyosaki cited the threat emerging from the BRICS nations, who are reportedly working on an alternative currency for cross-border settlements. So let me know with that your thoughts. Do you agree Bitcoin is the easiest way to become a millionaire? Do you think Bitcoin will likely hit 300,000 before the end of the year and 100,000 before the end of this month? Holla. And we'll check out comments again before we get into our featured story of the day. Fong Fan says 50-50, 64,000. I can care less about becoming a millionaire. I'd rather be happy, diverse, and not dependent on any extraneous forces. Right on. I'm with you there, Greg. There's more to life than being a millionaire, and things like freedom and sovereignty are very important. But in that same category, by attaining freedom and sovereignty through Bitcoin, you're more than likely, over the long haul, going to become a billionaire. Or, I mean, millionaire, depending upon how many Bitcoin you're stacking, right? So you can have your cake and eat it too, is all I'm saying. Not only that, yes, it'll preserve wealth in comparison to the dollar, but again, during adoption, it will multiply in multiples and grow your buying power. Precisely, data, precisely. My goal is to see Bitcoin hit 200,000 euros in British pounds. That'd be a dream. Now, what is the current conversion US dollar to British pound? Let me know. Hit that like, you bunch of degens. Thank you, JBZ. I couldn't have said it better myself. Serge, JB, what's up? June 11th, it's my birthday. No way. So today's your birthday, brother. Everyone wish our one and only fearless mod, Crypto Surge, a very special happy birthday. We're celebrating it with you here today, fam. Crypto Surge in the building. He's been a mod. He's an OG here on the channel. Show him some birthday love, and let's freaking go. And no sweat, brother. It's not an interruption. It's a celebration. Orange panty night. You know what I mean? Take it away.
It's red panty night when you sign to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
This is not an interruption. It's a celebration. Back at your home with your wife. It's orange panty night today for my brother. Happy birthday, broski.
People are always saying about the talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I talk.
But guess what? I back it up. Bitcoin backs me up. Happy birthday. Let's go. 250,000 in dollars. Okay, so 200,000 British pounds, 250,000. That's a quarter milli. Let's get it. Happy birthday, Serge. Serge getting that birthday love. 0.79 GP British pounds for $1. Oh, wow. The dollar's more valuable than the British pound? I thought it was the opposite. Good to note. Thank you, KJam. Let's go. Happy birthday, broski. Broski, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, broski. I wrote you a birthday song, Serge. Oh, no snap. No way. 200,000 euros is 214,000 USD. Wow. So you're right. The US dollar is more valuable than the British pound or euro. Good to note. Happy 420 on X. Let's go. Happy birthday, Serge. Repost this, spread the word, and wish Serge a happy birthday. WCB, we appreciate the birthday love. Guido, appreciate the birthday love. Birthday in the house. Anyone else's birthday, let us know. Thank you, bro. Thank you, everyone. What do you got planned for your special day? Are you stacking the biddies? Let us know, family, and enjoy that special day. Holla, holla. Let's trump it up to that.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up.
The pound is more valuable, says data. That is just the conversion rate. It's counterintuitive, but a fraction of a pound equals $1. Yeah, to me that makes no sense. How's the conversion opposite? I don't get it, but so be it. All fiat currencies will eventually return to their true intrinsic value. Zero. Let that sink in. Zero. Proud is more valuable. Oh, pound. The pound. Well, I say Bitcoin is more valuable than both all the fiats combined. That includes the euro, the yen, the dollar, the Chinese yuan, all of it. It's all going to zero against biddies. Agree? Unless you save no money ever, Bitcoin is relevant to you. It is not for the love of money itself. When math lesson, inflation, so be it. My B-Day is every day, and it's always on a Friday. Well, happy birthday to K-Jam as well. His Friday birthday. Why can't I vote? You tell me, Dirty. Are you not allowed to vote? HBD Surge, happy birthday. Just like a fraction of the biddy, $1. Yeah, right now you can probably get probably 1,500 Satoshis for $1 now that there's a dip. Someone tell me the conversion. Thank you guys. This is overwhelming, guys. Cheers. Cheers, fam. We appreciate you. Thanks for all the support. You're the man. Shout out everyone just joining the live stream. We're broadcasting live on all platforms right now, including X, Rumble, YouTube, Kick, Twitch. We're celebrating K-Surge's birthday. He's a moderator and an OG here on the channel, so show him some love. We greatly appreciate it. Before we dive into our feature story of the day and dive into some live Q&A, we're going to be discussing Bitcoin smashing 800,000 per coin by next year in a super cycle as per PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock-to-flow model, BTFD. This little dip will be bought up by Friday, if not tonight. I'm with you. 81% inflation and taxes. You only get to spend 19 cents out of every dollar. Preach. JCI's taxation is theft. I've heard that one before. I can't vote in your poll. I don't know why, bro. Are you a convicted felon like Trump and Hunter Biden? Maybe YouTube won't allow it. I don't know. I don't know why that is. My birthday is in a few months. Nice. Looking forward to it, brother. Wow, feeling the fam today, guys. It's only a correction. We going parabolic soon. Kick Twitch sounds like a skateboard move. Yeah. A kip up, kick flip, something like that. Let's go. We're so close to the 100K pump watch party. No, the 100K fiesta is a fiesta. Pump watches are incoming, yo. Once we get back above 70 G's, stay tuned. We're going to have a lit pump watch. We haven't had one yet on X. I think we can get 10,000 live concurrent viewers doing another 14-hour pump watch like we would do. You already know, family. 130 sats is like 9 cents. Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Surge. My birthday is the anniversary of the first atomic bomb test. Wow. What a memory there. Let's go. It is time. We should pump it up.
They drop food, but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the feds start showing this love. The full flag on the chart got me blowing a nut.
Think about it. Anyways, fam, you know what time it is? Now for our featured story of the day. PlanB, creator of the Bitcoin stock-to-flow model, is predicting Bitcoin smashing 150,000 this year, end of the year. And next year, this same cycle, he can see Bitcoin hitting $800,000 per coin as per his latest post on X. So let's break this down for you. Let's start right with the tweet that sparked the controversy. He just shared this on June 10th, which was yesterday at 5:18 a.m. Already 737,000 views. He wrote the following: my best guess Bitcoin scenario for 2024 to 2028. 2024 end of the year, $150,000, which is 0.15 million. Now, this is what got our attention. In 2025, next year, same cycle peak is ultimately saying 0.8 million per BTC, which is $800,000 per Bitcoin. Then 2026 through 2028, he sees a correction of Bitcoin going down in 2026 to 400,000, which is half the peak target of next year. And then in 2027, dropping a little more to 300,000. And then in 2028, bouncing a little to 400,000. And this, I would assume, is pre-halving, as the next halving event is scheduled to take place probably sometime in March or April of 2028. Let me know if you agree or disagree with these predictions. Obviously, 800,000 stands out. There's not a lot of analysts predicting that high for this cycle peak. I'm in agreement that we see that cycle peak next year in 2025, as I've been calling here on the show for quite some time. My personal prediction for a cycle peak, which I believe will occur next year, just as PlanB does, is anywhere between 220,000, or I should say 222,000. That's the number I've been rolling with, all the way up to 750,000. So this is pretty much in alignment, just a little more bullish than my personal prediction. He also points out alongside the chart, this scenario that you can see in the pink dots would fit stock the flow 3 power law model, perfectly and would be a bit higher than the 6-type power law model. So he's showing you the power law model right next to the stock to flow model, which do share some comparisons. Now, someone wrote 800,000 2025 need the market cap of 14 trillion, 10 times more than now. Is that realistic? Plan B responded, yes, 800,000 is a 16 trillion market cap, up 14 trillion from the current market cap. But remember that we do need 14 trillion inflow of new capital for the 14 trillion market cap. There is a factor, so we only need 1.4 trillion or even 140 billion worth of new capital. And some other recent tweets he shared. I like to use both the power law and the stock to flow. Both are just curve fits, charts below. Data supports both the high R2, but that will change. The power law equals diminishing returns. 210,000 top, 70,000 bottom. Stock to flow equals exponential returns of a 500,000 top with 100,000 bottom. No need to debate. The time will tell. Now, even Jurian Timmer, the head of macro over at Fidelity, chimed in regarding Plan B's recent post. Now, if you're not familiar with Jurian, he officially has one of the most bullish Bitcoin price predictions we have ever seen. Now, considering he works for Fidelity, one of the larger asset managers, which currently holds roughly $4.5 trillion in assets under management, he is on record saying the Bitcoin can hit $1 billion per coin by the year 2038. In fact, we've covered this prediction numerous times here on the channel. That's why I remember it so well. And he just recently wrote, below is the stock to flow for gold and for Bitcoin. While gold stock to flow has been stable over time at around 60, the stock to flow for Bitcoin has been rising exponentially. A big thank you goes to Plan B for introducing me to Bitcoin's unique supply dynamics. He also wrote, Bitcoin's future supply curve is coded into its structure. Growth rate is cut in half approximately every 4 years. So we don't know what gold's future supply looks like. I am amusing that gold stock to flow will remain around 58, given its stability. New production averaged 2% of outstanding supply. He also points out that, interestingly, we have arrived at the point in history where Bitcoin's stock to flow is surpassing gold's stock to flow. They are both around 57 and 58. He wrote this back in February of this year, just FYI. But that will change quickly with Bitcoin's next halving coming up this spring. And lo and behold, we got the halving on 4/19, right? And he also shared here in this chart, I line up gold and Bitcoin's market value vertical against the stock to flow horizontal. Now we can really see the exponential versus linear dimensions of Bitcoin versus gold. Some good insights there. And I'll read you one more of his recent tweets from February. The way I understand it, the stock to flow math holds that the price of Bitcoin experiences the same exponential increase with every cut in supply growth, the halving every 4 years. While that has been the case since Bitcoin's inception, I doubt this will continue in the same order of magnitude as we approach Bitcoin's hard cap of 21 million. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree with Plan B, as well as Jurian Timmer of the head of macro over at Fidelity. Now let's dive a little deeper into this particular headline. Plan B issues a bold prediction for Bitcoin, in which we just talked about that bold prediction being $800,000. According to Plan B, the Bitcoin price will close this year of 2024 trading at around 150,000, coinciding with exponential returns. And then he further noted the Bitcoin price will reach 800,000 in his best case scenario by the end of next year, 2025, after which the crypto analyst expects Bitcoin price to get trapped in a bearish outlook until 2028, until the time of the next halving. That's right. Specifically, Plan B believes the Bitcoin price will close 2026 trading around 400,000, in 2027 around 300,000, and about 400,000 in 2028, which is 0.4 million. Previously, the analyst pointed out that the power law, which emphasizes diminishing returns, has signaled a Bitcoin top of around 210,000 and a bottom of at least 70 Gs. On the other hand, the analyst has indicated the stock to flow model indicated a top of at least 500,000 and a bottom of over 100 Gs, baby. However, the analyst indicated that the figures are set to constant change depending upon the actual price in the coming months. So we'll see how that is likely to play out. The overall demand for Bitcoin has remained relatively high in the past few weeks, fueled by notable cash inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs, as we noted earlier in the show. And according to on-chain data from Glassnode, approximately 22,600 Bitcoins worth 1.57 billion were withdrawn from centralized exchanges last week. We also have the recent approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in Hong Kong, Thailand, and Australia, which have significantly improved the overall Bitcoin sentiments. Furthermore, the crypto regulatory landscape in major jurisdictions led by the European markets, such as India and the US, have signaled the inevitable mainstream adoption of digital assets as well as Web3 products. So let me know your thoughts regarding PlanB, predicting end of the year this year. We would see a Bitcoin price all-time high of 150,000, and next year for 2025, a whopping almost $1 million price, which I believe, if we did, hypothetically speaking, hit his peak cycle high of 0.8 million per coin, then we're clearly going to hit, 1 million easy peasy over the next few years. Let me know your thoughts on all of that and all of this, and I'm going to read these comments out loud. Whew, that was a mouthful. Let's hope Plan B is right. That would be superb. Amen, Ricky. We all praying he is right. 100% with you on that. I'd like you all to know that I'm okay with 800,000 Bitcoin by 2025. I can deal with it. Amen. Almost $1 million per biddy. It just sounds sexy. I'm just saying. 1 million per biddy, bro. F a roaring kitty, a boring kitty. We got Nipsey. $1 million biddies. Just saying. Super cycle will trigger the Bitcoin. There you go. I disagree about some of the arguments of Plan B, but the discretion above 250 Gs seems possible. 800 will be tough. Thank you for your insights, Monaco. What? Exactly. That's Nipsey getting the roaring kitty. Nipsey mess him up. Nipsey gonna do his stuff. Why you trolling like a cat? Ain't you tired? Water or kombucha, JB? Yeah, this is my favorite part of the show because I just finished reading an insane amount of articles and speaking an insane amount of words per minute. And now it's like I get to breathe. And it feels good. It feels good. My favorite part of the show, Q&A segment. Welcome to the live Q&A segment of Crypto News Alerts family. To interact in this chat, make sure to head on over to cryptonewsalerts.net, which is the YouTube stream. We're live and in the flesh right now. My wife is cooking a special dinner for me tonight, and I am having my tomahawk on Saturday and watching The Bad Boys. Ooh, enjoy that movie. I heard it's pretty lit. Sean Connery started his first day of filming Goldfinger on March 19, 1964, my birthday. Interesting fact there. Plan B has the A plan. Want to know what Plan B really is? Achieve Plan A. Stack biddies accordingly. Please read my previous comment. You got it, JC. Let's see what we got here. June 20th is the 8th week after the halving. We will be moving soon. Usually 6 to 9 weeks after the halving is when the parabolic begins. Be patient and put on your seatbelts. Amen. Strap in for the ride of your lives. I agree with you. It's a coming. Pump that mofo up. The biggest mistake you can make reading Bitcoin is become unsure. Bitcoin is the king. Right on, Molly. I take a sip of my alcoholic drink every time you mispronounce a word. I feel pretty good. Wow. How many words did I mispronounce today? I don't know how many beers you're up to. Just got here. So who dumped on us, says JH. Nobody expected 20,000 2017. I got in 2015. I thought it was going to be 10 years for 10,000. Real talk, JBZ. I wasn't anticipating 20 Gs in 2017 either. When I got started earlier on in the year in 2017, Bitcoin was $1,500. I'm like, wow, if Bitcoin goes to $5,000, I could more than double my money. This is amazing. And yeah, we freaking hit 19 and change, close to 20 around the Christmas season of 2017. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be rich. A growing number of people have no plans to sell Bitcoin at all, borrow against it, or sell only when as needed or spending, not for the fiat gains. Right on. All of them. I am hammered now. Oh boy. My chorizo power model predicts a price between $1 and $1 million between now and 2040. I think that's a little bearish. Jurian Timmer says 1 billion by 2038. So you and your chorizo power model, get your ish together, El Chorizo. Unacceptable. Yeah, yo. JV's comprehensive skills is were superb, I am sure. Now, I don't know if you're making fun of me now. I was not good at school. If I got a C, I was celebrating passing because a lot of my grades were D's and F's. I think the 1A I got was in freaking PE because I've always been athletic and into fitness. So if I have to run around a track, do some damn push-ups or pull-ups, I got you, right? The only way to fail PE is if you chose not to participate, which some people actually did. Those are the people who refused to change their clothes and get into the PE gear and do anything. They flunked. I got an A. So that was my 1A that I can remember. PE. Thank God for PE. Now I'm under the impression they don't challenge kids in PE no more. Are they still pushing you guys to actually do a certain amount of push-ups, pull-ups? Because if I was to guess in the state of the world right now, not many kids can do pull-ups because they're all obese. Not all of them, but I'm just saying. A lot of them. I only come here for JV singing, to be honest. Thank you, Melda. Thank you. You got biddies. Sounds smart to me. Exactly. Precisely. Smartest man in the world. You're looking at him. I got kicked out of 10th grade and I got a job at McDonald's and went to school. Wow. Similar story, brother. My first job was McDonald's as well, unfortunately. But hey, you got to start somewhere. Started from the bottom, now we here. You feel me? The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Pa-da-da. Shout out KRS. Bitcoin to the ceiling. They canceled regents for New York students to graduate high school. Oh, word? I feel like they pass everybody now because I saw a podcast and, you know, the guy asked some of the women on the podcast, can you name 3 countries? And none of the women in the room could name 3 countries. They started saying things like Southeast Asia. It was pretty hilarious. But I'm like, yo, how do people graduate school if they know nothing? We actually had to know something. So I knew something. I may have not have known a lot. I may have known a lot of miseducation. But at least I knew something. I passed somehow, some way. I don't know how. My first job was the House of Chew. Chinese restaurant, the House of Chew. That's hilarious. Agreed. Sell if you need. Life's needs come first. But selling as if it were a stock peaking is so passé. Most people nowadays are wimps. Agreed. They are. I can still do 10 chin-ups, 25 continuous military-grade push-ups. Don't ask me to do sit-ups. I'll fall asleep. Looks like Bitcoin will drop low 60 Gs before the pump to a new all-time high. I got sent to military school in Florida. Well, I bet you have no problem doing push-ups, Jerry. Military school don't play. You know what I mean? Southeast Asia is at least 10 countries. Exactly. It was funny because they couldn't name a single country. Like a single country. All I know is I know nothing. There you go, Dad 6. Smart man. Bad times create strong men. Strong men create good times. And good times create weak-ass men. My son loves to work out at the gym. He is buff like JV. Aw, that's what's up. All my siblings are college grads. I am not. They're confused. Now I have more money than them. Funny how the universe works, eh? Don George, go for president. There you go. Somehow, some when. Macho Man. Rest in peace, Macho Man, if that's the Macho Man Randy Savage I'm thinking about. What up? What it do, Adam? What's up poppin'? What's a crack-a-lackin'? We get the Nippinator indicator? What is he doing? He's just chillaxing right now. He's chillaxing. He's waiting for the uncensored version of the pod to come out and speak. He don't want to freak you guys out. The more I learn, the less I know. Smart man, smart man. I can do 1 liter tequila elbow tips. What does that even mean? 1 liter tequila elbow tips. Does that mean you pour tequila on your elbows and you try to lick it and you can't because you can't reach the elbow? Enlighten me there, brother. I'm new to it. My first time job was corn picking. Oh my God. Were you really corn picking? Now you went from corn picking to the Bitcoin, the only non-GMO corn on the planet. Don't get it twisted. Nipsey is in consolidation mode, pretty much. You nailed it. You nailed it. That's the nice part. All these woke are going to be crying while I'm traveling the world.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it.
So if Nipsey had to use the restroom, would he go in the men's restroom, the women restroom, or the non-gender? Let me know your thoughts.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up.
Elbow tipping the drink to your mouth. I get it. I'm not familiar with the drinking games. Talking about inflation, prostitutes are charging a lot more now. Around good, they should. Inflation's no joke. If I hypothetically was one of those toots, we'll just say toots. This is a family-friendly show. If I was one of those toots, I'd raise my prices at least 5x. Easy peasy, not even a question. In fact, I'd accept Bitcoin. I'd give you double the service. Hypothetically, if I was a toot, hypothetically, obviously I'm not a toot, and I'd definitely jack the prices way up, but you would get a discount if you paid in Bitcoin. So your leg, JV, my leg, Bitcoin to pump it up. You know how we do. Like you tip your elbow when you chug a beer, I guess. Say broke, broke. Why are we so low? Yo, 67 is not low. Want to know what low is? Low was back when Bitcoin was 2,000. Heck, low was back when Bitcoin was 20,000. 67,000? Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'll be 100 with you. I dig the price action right now. I'm all over that 67 G's. In fact, we have a song written about 60 G's, for Christ's sake. It's a great time to be stacking them sats.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level 60 G's. What do you think, JV? By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. The kitty cat, I'm for stacking the sats.
I appreciate that, family. Yes, if anyone wanted to zap me some sats, we do accept via the Lightning Network. You'll notice on your screen there's a QR code. Simple as opening up your Strike app or favorite Lightning app, and bada boom, bada bing, you just scan it. Zap me some sats. It's one of many ways to support the show. Also have an Ether address you can send donations to directly. That's greatly appreciated, family. Thanks for bringing it up, fam. K-Jam, appreciate that. She said, I'll do anything for $250. If you can say it in 3 words, I said, paint my house. My house still needs to be painted. I was there when Bitcoin was $400. You're a legend, Donald Duck. This one's for you. Good job, good job, good job. 60 G's, 60 G's.
Stack the sats, ain't no thing, baby. It's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin. Got my mind on my Bitcoin, and my Bitcoin on my mind.
Wow. Molly heard about biddies back when they were $10? Where was I? What was I doing with my life? Good Lord. That must have been, wow, at $10. That must have been 2011, I assume. That's phenomenal, Molly. Congrats. That was Dat Sick. Oh, thank you, Dat Sick. Great, great show, JV. Thank you, Diana. Glad you enjoyed it. We're not over yet, though. The show goes on. This is a 2-hour stream. We're not even 90 minutes deep right now.
60 G's, 60 G's. Buying up or to it. Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that sell on the dip crowd. Sell on the dip crowd.
You got that right. The Nippinator would go straight to the straight restroom. So the men's room is what you're saying.
Sell, don't sell, no sell, no Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin. Roger out, Roger out.
Yeah, I remember those news stories. I recently shared a few throwbacks on my X account, and it was those news stories from 2011, and they were all the mainstream was all laughing at Bitcoin, like you'd have to be mentally handicapped to want to use a Bitcoin when there's real money. They were making fun of it. There were websites giving away 10,000 Bitcoin. They couldn't even give it away when it was free. Crazy how things have changed. So I'm with you there, Adam. I remember watching the news in late 2008, hearing about the creation of Bitcoin, and they were laughing about it. Precisely. Who got the last laugh now? Ha 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 ha. Probably a hassle to buy Bitcoin at $10. Oh yeah. Wasn't easy to buy it. Probably why it was so difficult for people to actually do it. The more convenient it becomes to buy Bitcoin, the more the price goes up. For example, right now it is a lot easier to buy Bitcoin. You can hit a couple of buttons on a Coinbase app or what are the other ones? Cash App, whatever it may be. It wasn't always this simple. And again, the easier and the more mainstream it becomes, the higher the price will be. No Diddy. 90 minutes deep. No Diddy. That's a good one. Fold needs to hurry up and get lightning. Amen. Then I thought about it mostly to the year it went up like 20 G's. It took me weeks to get registered to buy site. Weeks? Good Lord. And then it had topped out. I bought the top. No Diddy. Bitcoin from my neighbor's kid back in 2011. Whoa. I just thought it was some only games were into. I got in 2019. Wow. So a lot of you guys heard about this very early. I don't recall ever even hearing the term Bitcoin until 2017, but it could have happened. I have a friend I consider one of my best friends, and he claims he sent me a book on Bitcoin in 2014. And he actually showed me the receipt. He wasn't lying. It was on Amazon. He sent it to the house, but I don't think it was a house I was living at the time. I can only imagine how things would have been different adopting Bitcoin several years prior to 2017. You know what I mean? But I also believe everything happens for a reason. And we all pay for Bitcoin at the price we deserve. And I think each and every one of us here today, we can all have the same story. I wish I would have bought it back on that year, but we all did what we did, and we can't change it, right? Wifey left. Good riddance. Wifey left. Speaking of turtles, I just put in a Zen Feng Shui rock garden with a vanishing fountain. That's what's up. 45 square feet. Good Lord. Took me about 10 hours over the past 2 days, but it turned out pretty cool. I'd love to see that, Greg. You got to share some pictures. 2014 for XYZ. It seems all of you guys adopted Bitcoin before I did. I seem late to the party now. It took a long time to register to buy the sites because it was the biggest FOMO ever and the KYC stuff was backed up and it wasn't working. Word. They're congratulating KJam that his wife left. Party for the broskies. The reward risk ratio of 15 to 20,000 with the start of ETF rumors, way by far better than the 2011. Yeah, there's less risk to buy Bitcoin now. I agree with you, Monaco Cat. One can forgive not have bought at $10, but definitely not at 20,000. Good Lord. Little Red Big Smile. Welcome, family. God bless you as well. Gone Girl celebration, party time. I remember my son mining with a bunch of laptops. That's hilarious. What year was that, Devon? It was on the news in Australia quite a bit between 2009 and 2011 during the financial crisis. Wow. If I miss any of your birthday, shootouts or shout-outs? Much love, Serge. Much love. You put Bitcoin for the price. Yeah, we all buy Bitcoin at the price we deserve. Facts. 2021 for me, 21 million club, eh? You can't change the past. You can learn from it. This isn't the only show on earth. Where can I post a pic of the Feng Shui Rock Garden? I think you can post it on X. Look at Nip. He's giving us the next indicator. You can post it on X or any social media platform and drop a link if you wanted to. It's up to you. 2011 is when I heard about it. I bought it in November of 2015. It was a bitch to buy, but it was worth it. Right on. I'd say that again. Hey, man, when they call you up asking about Bitcoin, just hit ignore. Nippinator indicator. Let's go. 2015. Wow. Devon, early OG adopter. Respect, family. Very incredible. I'm impressed. That would be the easiest way to get rich if you went back in time. Well, precisely what Rich Dad's telling us. The easiest way to become a millionaire, running a business is hard, and he's right. It's not easy. I mean, you want to become a millionaire creating content on YouTube, it may take you 30 years at the rate I'm going. I just hit the 100,000 mark. I don't say that to flex or brag. It's kind of a joke, but I'm being honest. I just hit the 100,000 mark in ad revenue on YouTube. I just hit it. It took me 6 years. So you run the math. 6 years. What is that? I don't know, like 15,000 per year on average. Not too shabby, you may think, but also consider this is like my full-time gig. So it's not like I just pop on and do a video. It's like I put in my 8 hours a day, doing what I do. So this is a full-time gig. So yeah, maybe another 10 times. So maybe 60 years. Make my first $1 million on YouTube. However, with Bitcoin, you just stack some sats. You buy some biddies. Who needs a roaring kitty, some boring kitty? Stack the biddies, get right with Nipsey, and hodl be thy name. Eventually become a millionaire. Eventually one coin will be $1 million, right? And you ain't got to do ish. All you got to do is hodl, 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 hodl. Those who last laugh the best. Thank you, Kelvin. You could made Bitcoin at an internet cafe on a borrowed computer back in the day. Nice job, JB. Thank you, Don. I began to DCA in 2018. I studied Bitcoin for about 2 years before I went all in. Wow, 2 years. You put in your 10,000 hours before touching it. Then I stood up as if it were a poker game. All in, mofos. I am all in. See, when I see something I love, there's no hesitation. Or like, I discovered Bitcoin the same day I learned about it from Andreas Antonopoulos in like a TED Talk. I think it was called The Internet of Money. I bought Bitcoin the same day. I'm like, this is it. What more research do I need to do? This is exactly what I want. A money that separates money from the state? Sign me up. I'm all in. F the government and buck the Fed while we're at it. So to me, it was love at first sight because I was looking for that type of solution, a peer-to-peer, payment solution where I didn't have to deal with the intermediaries, the merchants, and all the BS, the PayPals who I've always despised. So roaring biddies, not kitties. There you go. When I come back to it, I was smarter. I did day trading for a while, lost a lot, learned a lot, but I did good at it. I'm now playing with the long bets, less stress, more margin. I'm all for less stress. Anyways, what we're going to do, we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive everywhere except YouTube. Sorry, YouTube, but YouTube is not friendly to JV. They terminate me every year as if it's like a celebration or something. And then I get my channel back. They apologize, and here we are. But for that reason, we have the uncensored version of the pod so I can speak freely and openly about anything I want. So please head on over to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. If you're already on X, Kick, Twitch, or Rumble, you're good to go because the stream is only going to stop on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, if you're one of the 200 people on YouTube right now, go to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net and let's get ready to rumble, shall we? All right. YouTube.